Hi everyone, I wanted to talk a little bit about culture change with you all and give you guys an example of culture change. There's three steps in the process of culture change. The first is invention, the second is discovery, and then the third is diffusion. So I'm going to give you guys the example of the printing press. Prior to the invention of the printing press, books were produced by hand. So everything, including the writing and the pictures, were done by an individual. Given that that would take a considerable amount of time, and in many instances could even take a couple of years, books were incredibly expensive. Now, if books are expensive, I'm sure you can imagine the only individuals who can afford an expensive book are people who are rich. So, under normal circumstances, a middle class person or a low class person could not afford a book. However, when the printing press was invented, this started to change. And this is where we get to discovery. So when it was first invented, people were reluctant to accept the printing press, mainly because it was a new innovation. However, once they discovered its usefulness, it started to increase in popularity. When you produce something by printing press, it involves a lot of work. Granted, it doesn't take as much work as producing something by hand, but it still entails a lot of work. So, for example, you have to set the press ahead of time with the text, and then you have to have paper and you have to ink it, and then you have to press it. This doesn't sound like a lot of work, probably to you all, but I've had the opportunity to visit the Ben Franklin Museum and even get a chance to pull the lever right here for the printing press. And it was a lot of work. It takes a good 20 pounds of pull to try and get just one page. So it was a lot of work. However, given that it was something that could still be done faster and was more accessible, it helped increase the ability for individuals to produce items faster. So, like I said, while it was still time consuming, instead of something taking 3 years to produce, it might take 6 weeks. The advantage to this is that you have a large number of items that are produced more rapidly. And I'm sure you guys know that as you increase a product, the price goes down. So what happened in this instance is because of the printing press and people learning that its discovery, basically its discovery of its usefulness, they realized it could be useful not just in areas like Europe where it was invented, but also in many other regions. And you see it diffusing not only from areas touched by the Industrial Revolution, but to all around the world. The usefulness of this is that it allows the price of the text to go down. And if you have the text price go down, that means that now middle class and lower class individuals are more likely to be able to afford a book. As a consequence of the invention of the printing press, literacy rates soared. People went from being illiterate to literate quite quickly. So, thanks to the diffusion of this one invention, we are able to increase the literacy of countless individuals across the world.